We just spent 7 days in the exclusive MSC Yacht Club area of MSC Seashore. We had a really great experience, and we're gonna tell you everything that we enjoyed about this.
And the one thing that we had a big problem with.
So stay tuned. So what is this MSC Yacht Club? Basically, it is a ship within a ship concept. In the MSC Yacht Club area, you've got everything you need to enjoy your cruise. You've got your cabin, obviously. You have your own exclusive restaurant, your own exclusive lounge, bar area, and your own pool deck.
That's right. Once you tap in, you got private access to your own ship within a ship. Everything that she just said, and it's conveniently located to everything else on the ship that you're gonna wanna enjoy.
So let's break down the MSC Yacht Club into its different sections. First off, let's talk about that cabin.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about that cabin. Probably the nicest cabin we've ever stayed in. Biggest thing that stands out about that cabin is how comfortably we slept. I will go on record and say that I slept better on that bed than I've ever slept on any other bed on any other cruise ship. It had like this pattern to it. It was so, it's like little fluffy pillows all over it. The pillows themselves were like memory foam. It was as good of an experience sleeping as it is here at home. It had a little separation from the master bedroom to it had like a little living area with a couch and a table. It had a nice, probably 55-inch TV, a nice big TV. We love to watch our TV. Really big, roomy balcony, so like you could get on the balcony and spread out. And the bathroom though, oh my gosh, the bathroom had the best shower we've ever showered in on a cruise ship. It would look like marble, and I don't know what material it was, but it looked like marble. It had a seat, plenty of room to spin around, and it had a little rain shower that came down on your head. It had good pressure, like just was laid out very well.
Yeah, so typically when you're on a cruise ship and you need to take a shower, it's like a get in, get out, because you're usually like in this much space. Yeah. But this was a shower like you could get in and just enjoy it.
It's like showering at home.
Yeah, it really was.
Very comfortable, excellent, beautiful cabin.
It really was. And it was spacious. Like you didn't have that area where you had to kind of shimmy around the bed or anything like that. And the storage in there, I mean, these cabins do sleep 4 people. So there were people who brought their kids with them. There were people who brought their adult kids with them. So you can sleep 4 people, and there's definitely enough storage for 4 people.
Yeah, she always unpacks us and hangs all our clothes, puts all our socks, underwear, and things in the drawers. Plenty of space, more space than you really need for 2 people or a family.
By the way, your butler will unpack you if you ask him to. We just didn't.
Did you just say butler?
Yes, butler. I'll let you talk about the butler.
Our butler's name was Jesse, and he was absolutely fantastic, extremely accommodating. Anything that we needed, he was there for. Anytime we would see him, which I swear it was like magic. We could open the door and it was like he was there, you know, like a genie, just poof, there he was. And he was always giving us information of what was going on around the ship, what was happening in the lounge, what was happening at the pool, just tons of information he was giving us. We started to rely on him for that because it was really nice and very convenient.
Yeah, so if a port day was coming up the next day, he would stop us and tell us the port hours, explain, you know, that if we wanted an escort off the ship, just to meet in the lounge, and he would gladly escort us off the ship. If we wanted to be escorted to dinner, he would do that. If we were leaving MSC Yacht Club for dinner and going to a specialty dining, he would escort us off for that. We're not
used to that.
People, so we declined a lot of things, but it's there. Like anything you want, these butlers will take care of.
You don't have to decline. You can
accept. No, you don't. You can definitely accept. We were just like, oh, okay.
But yeah, you get your own butler.
It's just that next level of service that you get in MSC Yacht Club. So your butler is in addition to your cabin steward. So your cabin steward comes and takes care of your cabin twice a day, comes in the morning, and then you have turn down service in the evening. And so turn down service was something that you don't usually get on a cruise ship. And you come in and your bed is technically turned down, but not just that. Like they put a bottle of water and a glass next to your bed on both nightstands. And there's little chocolates or for little treats
I
every evening. But it's just, that's cool. That's something that you think of like in the old school cruising that doesn't exist anymore, but you get that experience.
Close your blackout curtains.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention those. Jason talked about how good we slept. Part of that is because of these blackout curtains. Like literally no light came through. And the exclusive areas for MSC Yacht Club. First off, there's the restaurant. So in the restaurant, you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and this is seated service. So white tablecloth, you're seated by the maitre d', you've got your wait staff that comes around, and once you're there a couple of days, they all get to know you. They know what you're gonna want to drink. I'm a Coke Zero girl. They know to bring me a Coke Zero as soon as I sit down. They know if you want bread or not. We usually decline the bread, trying to lose a little weight there, so we would decline the bread service. And so they get to know you, and that's awesome. We had great conversations with the maitre d', with the wait staff in there, and a lot of times you're, you know, eating here, eating there, and you don't get that connection. I really like that.
Yeah, and it's just so convenient to just either take the elevator or the stairs up or down, depending on where you're at, and you have your own access to your own restaurant. You get seated immediately. There's no waiting, and it's just a really nice, relaxing experience.
And this restaurant, because it's only for the guests in MSC Yacht Club, and there's only about 300 guests in the area, you never have to wait for a table. You rarely have to wait more than a few minutes for your order to be taken, for your food to come. It was very quick and efficient.
100%. Service is beyond excellent. The food was good. My only regret is we didn't have every single meal on the cruise in that restaurant.
Yeah. We ventured out and we had specialty dining because, you know, you're going to want to try different things.
Sure.
So we ate in Butcher's Cut, the steakhouse. Yeah. We ate in Teppanyaki, and we ate in Ocean Key, which is the Mediterranean restaurant. We enjoyed every one of those meals.
No doubt.
But I'm telling you what, the steak that we had in MSC Yacht Club restaurant was better than the steak we had in Butcher's Cut.
I concur, for sure.
Yeah.
The point is you're going to get spoiled if you book the MSC Yacht Club. It is fantastic.
Whenever you come into MSC Yacht Club for the first time, you're on deck 16, which is the concierge desk. So you're greeted immediately by your own private concierge. And here you can, it's basically your own guest services desk.
With no line.
With no line. So instead of having to go down to guest services with the rest of the ship, you've got your own personal guest services, but they can do so much more. They can book your spa treatments if you want spa treatments. They can book your specialty dining for you. And if you need to change it. So for instance, we had a night where we were just not really feeling specialty dining that night. We wanted an easy night, eat in the MSC Yacht Club restaurant. I just popped into that desk. I said, is there any way you can change it? And she's like, oh yes, absolutely. What night do you want to go? Yeah. She changed the reservation, no problem at all. Yeah. Also, your butler can do all that for you too. So it's just, like we said, that next level of service. And also on deck 16, whenever you come in, you've got concierge, you go down the hall and you come to the top sail lounge. So this is the area, it's kind of like the heartbeat of MSC Yacht Club, because this is where you can go just to chill for the day. There's a bar, there's snacks, like seriously 24/7 snacks just about in there.
Pretty little snacks too.
Yes. So,
I never tried one, but I did drink the coffee every single morning, and they make an awesome Americano, let me tell you.
Yeah, good specialty coffees, anything you want to drink. Oh, and let's talk about what's included as far as the drink package. So whenever you're sailing with MSC, most people choose to have the drinks and the Wi-Fi included. And there is a limit on the dollar amount of the drinks within the basic package. But when you're staying in MSC Yacht Club, it's the premium beverage package. So you've got the top shelf liquors, the higher cost wines, pretty much anything you want to drink, you're gonna get within that package. And it's not just at the MSC Yacht Club bars, you can get that throughout the ship.
Yep, premium wines, premium liquors, premium beers like Michelob Ultra.
So we did spend a lot of time in the top sail lounge. We would go there in the mornings, get our coffee. We would go there in the afternoons.
And what a great place to wake up, get your coffee, because it has a panoramic view, floor to ceiling windows from one side of the ship to the other. You can just look out and watch the sunrise.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the way that it's laid out so that the top sail lounge is all the way forward on deck 16, and directly above it is the restaurant. Most nights we're seated on the edge, so we had the view down into the lounge and the view out the window.
Yep, you can actually, they have a staircase that goes from the lounge up to the restaurant or vice versa.
Yes.
So it's easy access. And what's really great is in the evenings when you have dinner in the restaurant, they have a piano player in the lounge and you can hear the music.
Yes.
And it's just really nice. Oh, and let me add too, something that I really noticed was because there's only like 300 people and a lot of those aren't going to be there all at the same time, right? It wasn't very loud. You could actually carry on a conversation and it wasn't loud at all. Very nice.
Also, there's true tables for two in this restaurant because how often do you go and you ask for a table for two? And yes, technically your table only seats two, but there's this much space between you and the next table.
Which that's cool too, but sometimes you just want your own private space.
Yeah, and so every night we were there, we got a true table for two. Most of the times, like I said, we were set on the glass railing or we would be set up against the wall and all the tables that held multiples were in the center.
And talking about those panoramic views, when you up at the restaurant, you even got a better than you do at the lounge because you're more higher. Right? You're elevated so you can sit there. If you get a table next to the ledge there, you can just make for spectacular views at night while you're eating dinner.
It absolutely does. So yeah, can you tell we spent a lot of time in this area? It was good. So the other area that's exclusive to MSC Yacht Club is the sun deck, and I'm gonna let you talk about that.
It's a fantastic sun deck. You get great service. There's a full bar right there. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, and they have snacks throughout the day, poolside right there. Nice pools, a little area that you can kind of just sit in, and if you don't want to get all the way in, but they have a pool, full-size pool. They have a couple of jacuzzis, one in the front, one in the rear, that are jacuzzis. They don't get real hot, it's just right temperature, nice and warm. Lots of padded loungers. Some have shade, like little arbors or pergolas over them. Some have sliding curtains if you want to be more private. They have servers that come around. You don't even have to get up and walk to the bar if you don't want to. They have a bar that you can actually sit at. And let me tell you what, the food, it's everything you can get in the buffet.
Yeah, I think it's an elevated buffet is what it is.
It may be different, I don't know, but the eggs were fantastic. I'm gonna tell you, the food just, it tasted elevated.
It definitely was. It was a higher level of cuisine.
And the snacks, like the snacks weren't like after lunch, you're thinking of just like little snacks, meat and cheese and things of that nature. They have like chicken thighs, meal stuff. That was delicious.
Yeah.
You could have a second meal after lunch.
Yeah, and the snacks were served till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was like little slider sandwiches and
if you do stay in the MSC Yacht Club, you have to try the Yacht Club burger.
Oh yes. Yeah, you can get the burger poolside or in the restaurant. We had it in both places.
Highly recommend.
Very good. Again, you're limited to those 300 people, and I swear there's enough seating for 300 people up there. So if everybody wanted to come to the pool deck at the same time, you'd still be able to find a lounger. But the pool was never full. The jacuzzis were never full. Like, you could always get in where you wanted.
Right at the front of the ship too, on the top. So excellent views, especially when you're sailing into port. It's a great place to go up there, and it's very private. It's just a great place to hang out.
And it's quiet and serene, and you can just relax up there.
Yeah.
I think the whole, like, the word of the day for MSC Yacht Club is relaxation. Like, seriously, you don't have to think about anything, you don't have to do anything.
There's 2 words I can think of. Service.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just, this was hands down the most relaxing cruise I've ever had.
For sure.
Just.
I concur. Very nice. You can get spoiled to this.
You can get really spoiled.
But we'll get to that.
So we have really gone in depth into what the experience is within MSC Yacht Club, but let's talk about the perks outside the Yacht Club as well. This little band right here is like a magic key to the rest of the ship. So whenever you go out of MSC Yacht Club and you go to any elevator, you tap your band on the bottom of the elevator and you choose a floor. That turns this elevator into a private elevator. That means it's gonna open just for you, and it's gonna go only to the floor that you have chosen.
Directly to the floor you have chosen. Now, that's a big deal, right? For all you cruisers, you know how big of a deal that is. It eliminates the elevator nightmares.
Right. So just for fun, I tested the theory, and I didn't tap my band and just chose my floor, and we literally stopped on every floor going down. I'm like, tapping the band from now on, because it's just that little bit extra.
I tested that theory more than once, and I shouldn't have done that.
No. Also, the location of MSC Yacht Club is forward on the ship. So whenever you get onto the elevators, you have immediate access to the the spa, which includes the thermal suite, which is included in MSC Yacht Club. You can go there anytime you want, as much as you want throughout your stay. Also, right next to the spa is the gym for those who want to indulge in a little fitness while you're on board.
Yeah, very conveniently located. Yep, just a straight shot down and voila, boom, gym, spa.
Yep.
Which I would go to the gym every single morning, so that was super convenient. You're not having to walk all the way across the ship.
Yep. And then right below the spa is the theater. And so the theater is obviously open for everybody on the ship, but the difference is if you're staying on board the ship in any other area, then you have to reserve the shows you want. There's limited seating for each show, and you have to go in and say, okay, I want to go to this show at this time. Yeah. You don't have to do that when you're staying in MSC Yacht Club. They have a roped off section that is just for you. You don't have to make any reservations. You just go in, there's a butler that's seating you, and you just show your band, and they seat you right then. There's no waiting, there's no reserving. It's so convenient.
No rushing out of dinner to try to catch your show. And it's all good spots where you can view the show really nicely.
Yeah, so that's a nice little perk as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about getting on and off the ship. Okay, huge perk. Embarkation. This was our first experience, the first thing you experience at all when you're booked into MSC Yacht Club. You get to the port, there's a tent.
There's a fork in the road.
Yes. You go to the tent that says MSC Yacht Club. There is a red carpet greeting you. Yeah. There is staff that is greeting you that takes your luggage and will escort it straight to your cabin.
You really get that very important person, that VIP feeling, right? The red carpet treatment that you would expect.
Yep. And you are taken into the terminal. You're taken to a special area that's just for MSC Yacht Club guests. You are checked in without having to go to a desk. They come to you, they take your passport, they scan it, they give you your keys to the ship, they give you your bands, and they give you a briefing on what to expect while staying in MSC Yacht Club, and there's snacks.
And champagne and mimosas, and very cool.
Yes, so you're immediately starting with this elevated experience. Then once you're checked in and you're good to go, then a butler will come and get you and escort you onto the ship.
Yeah, they say, and I'll never forget it, after we brief you, you will wait, your butler will come and escort you to your cabin. How cool is that?
It's very cool. And so when they escort you, there is a private gangway on the forward end of the ship that takes you directly to the MSC Yacht Club area. So you're literally walking on the gangway with nobody else.
That's right. Yeah. You have your own little private moment to do all your little selfies and your filming and all the little cool stuff and the spins. Yeah, so the gangway dance was also elevated.
That's a us thing, but that's a pretty cool spot. So when you get on board, they will take you to your muster station immediately, get checked in for that, explain how the elevators work, and then take you directly to MSC Yacht Club and give you a tour of the area, introduce you to your butler if a different butler is who brought you on board, and you get to go straight to your cabin. I mean, your cabin's ready. How awesome is that?
Yep, and they're very, very thorough, and it's a very relaxing, calming experience. You don't feel hurted at all. You don't feel rushed at all. So that was a very easy process.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times we've been on a cruise where, I mean, we're talking a ship that holds thousands of people. Thousands of people. If you're in the terminal and you're trying to navigate all these people and you're trying to get on board with all of these people, it's a very different experience than what you have when you're in a small group, small area, and have that private escort.
Yep.
If you are sailing with MSC and your sailing includes a stop at Ocean Key, then your MSC Yacht Club experience extends to the island. There is a private section called Ocean House, and it's got a private beach, it's got a restaurant. We'll talk about that in a second. But,
so all those wonderful perks that you have transfer to the island.
Yes. So they ask you to come to the lounge and they will give you a private escort down onto the island. Then you go to the MSC Yacht Club tent and a taxi, limousine.
Golf cart.
They actually call it a limousine.
It's like a limousine golf cart. It's got like 4 or 5 rows and then one on the back. They pick you up, shuttle you down to the MSC Yacht Club private beach area.
Yep. And that's pretty cool because it is at the back of the island, and they want to make sure that you know where you're going. Once you're there, you can wander the island anywhere you want. Having that private transportation was really nice.
Yeah.
And whenever you get to the beach, something else is every lounger has an umbrella, which is something you don't get on the rest of the island. You can get an umbrella, but you're gonna have to rent one, where they're included in the MSC Yacht Club area.
Yep, and the umbrellas are, you know, pushed up and ready to go for you. You don't have to mess with any of that, obviously. Again, the service, they have a tent set up right there on the beach. They have staff sitting there waiting for you for whatever it is you need. They're constantly coming around and checking to see if there's anything that they could get you.
Yeah, as soon as you walk into the area, they hand you a towel, they hand you a bottle of water, but they have a huge ice chest right there that's got water, beer, pretty much anything you want to drink right there.
And if you, like I did, wanted to just reach in there and pull your own beer out of that ice, because that's a great feeling, right? They'll let you do that. They'll let you do that. And also right next to it, they have their own little restaurant serving fantastic food. Now this is food you can't get anywhere else in the island. Only the MSC Yacht Club private area.
Right, so we were there for 2 days. We had an overnight at Ocean Key, which is awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So the second day we were there, we're like, well, let's just wander around and try the different foods. And the rest of the island has a buffet, which is good. I'm not knocking the buffet, but it has a buffet and it has food trucks. So that's where you get your food. Where Ocean House is the only place on the island where you can go have that sit down lunch experience. And the crew from MSC Yacht Club comes down. So you've got the same faces. They know you, they know what you like.
Same ones from the restaurant. Yeah, it's really cool. You're like, it's like deja vu, but on the beach.
Right.
And the food, really good. Like I had the best carne asada that I ever had. It's 3 slabs of carne asada, perfectly cooked medium rare over a bed of it's like Caribbean salad or something like that. And the view was spectacular.
Yes.
You're right there on the water looking out. It's really nice.
It was.
And it's shaded as well.
It was just probably like one of the best beach dining experiences we've ever had.
Oh, the best.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of things we like about our experience in MSC Yacht Club. Well, what about that one thing we said we have a problem with?
Well, it's a big problem, and it's a really big problem.
It's a problem, like a true problem.
We can never go back. We can never go back. We can never stay in a normal cabin.
It really does spoil you.
It spoils you.
And it's one of those things like you didn't know you needed it until you had it, and now you don't know how you're gonna live without it.
But I'll tell you what, it is probably the most affordable way to really get the 5-star treatment.
It absolutely is. So I've compared prices with MSC Yacht Club versus other cruise lines suite program, and I've talked to other people, other cruisers, and everybody concurs that MSC Yacht Club has the best inclusive suite program in the cruising market. And there's 2 different ways you can get into it. So if you're already booked on a cruise with MSC Cruises, you can look to do a bid to upgrade. So if you're in a balcony or above, you can bid to upgrade into one of these cabins, or you can just book directly into MSC Yacht Club. And talk about booking, we have a discount code. So if you have not booked a cruise, or possibly if you've already booked, we can maybe get that discount added for you. So the discount is in the description below. So be sure and check that out.
So if you are thinking about MSC Yacht Club, I would recommend, highly recommend, pull the trigger, treat yourself. It's an excellent experience.
Yeah, and if you've stayed in MSC Yacht Club, leave a comment down below and let us know what your experience was. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'd be happy to answer them.
Absolutely. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.